Hey there. So after last time's stream, I made some changes to the code, and the code might not be looking like what you saw the last time. So I'll show you the code. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. So this is where we are right now. We are able to return 200 when it's a root URL. We are also able to return the text after the echo, and we are able and now on to the next challenge, right? Let's do this. Let me show you what the code does so far, right? So let me start my server, and if I do a curl here, we get a 200, and if I do this, and if I do this, and hello, I should get the content type and the size of hello and 200, and if I do some unknown, we should get a 404. So on to the next challenge. Next challenge says that we should be able to print the user agent header described in the TCP push, right? So, oh, I'm still here in the leaderboard. I'm surprised. Okay, let's make some progress today. Okay, let's because we want to be able to finish this whole challenge before the month ends, because this is only free until 1st of August, right? Okay, so let's look at the HTTP MDN messages. So every message gets ends with a CLRF. So what I mean here is this is where the request goes, then /n/n this, and after header 1/r/n. So the message packet looks something like this, and then body //////. I think this is what the packet stream looks like. Let's do request body, but we don't care about the body, so we will only worry about this much. And this is the header that we want to read, which comes into the after the first line, right? Here is the expected response. Our expected response should be what they gave in the header, which is the size. Size is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this much. This is the size that they want. Input. Input is user hyphen agent. So let's try to before we begin the challenge, let's try to rewrite the code using read line of the buff reader. Let's learn about the Rust's buff reader read line. Right, there is something like this. Read or line. There is a line. Is there any read line? Iterate over the lines of an instance of buff read. This structurally creates by calling lines. Okay, so this is what it looks like, lines. So let's look at our reader, right? This is our buff reader, this is the input. And we are reading read line split buff. We're split. What does our buff look like? Like if I print it here. I have printed out my buff here. Read line. Does it read everything in a single line? I think it reads everything in a single line. Read line. Okay, let's try to print this and see what happens. Thinking, right? Okay, this is what is getting printed. So what does the read line do? Let's read about the read line. Just read. This is not the one that we want. This one, read line. Read from the current cluster. What if I do this? Does it get, does it split, splitting it first? Does it read the first line? Is that how it works? It all bytes until a new line is reached, and then append them to. Okay, it reads until a new line is reached, but I want to read everything, right? So I will need something that has this. I will need this thing. I will need this. Then it remove the lines of this reader. I will need this. So first, let's improve our current situation. I have a stream, and I can do CW lines, let mute lines iterator, let mute lines iterator, and I should be able to do what? Input dot lines. No, okay. Borrow of a moved value. Borrow of moved value. Move. Which method called? Okay, this is moving the value. I think we'll have to redo everything until now, right? Let's comment everything out for now. Unused Used variables. Okay, so read line, and then we should be able to dot map. So let's unwrap it. Unwrap it. All right. For nice right creator creator and let's try this. Let's see what gets printed, and if we are able to catch everything, then we should be able to catch the header that has user agent. Let's rerun our program. Sorry, I didn't check chat until now. Right. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Not sure. All right. Users in the chat. No users in the chat so far. All right. All right. So we have started a program. Now let's try to do a normal call. Okay, it printed everything, right? Amazing. It printed the first one, here. Let's see if it prints if it prints the headers. But why is it not closing the connection? I need something that that will close the connections, right? Stream.write is not correct. Should I do something like this? I don't this. Stream.close. Is there any Rust TCP stream close up lines? I need to be able to close the connection of Reddit. This is not a read lines. It's TCP stream. Is reading it here. Flush. Stream.flush. Should I flush it? Result is unused. Let's try this. Close window. Do you like my shirts, by the way? How do I close it? After, I don't think flushing closes it, right? Rust TCP stream. Exit. There is no such thing as exit. Close. The stream is closed here. Stream read and okay, if I returned, okay, if I return, okay, here. It's just not okay, except um, let's try this. Type annotation cannot be word. Mm, mm, This is not working. Finish release. This is not closing the connection. This is not closing the connection. I need to close the connection. Disconnect. There should be a disconnect. There is a method for connecting. Why is there shut down? Okay. I can do this. Stream dot shut down. Okay. Both. What is or both halves of this connection? Okay. So from the net, I need. Let me show you the use of Vim surround. I can do this. Shut down. Okay. And then flush. I don't need to flush it anymore. Shut down. Shut down. Shut down. Do shut down. Also that it closes both the shutdown call field. Yeah, I should do this. Okay, let's try again. Okay, it's getting stuck here itself. It is stuck here itself. Here itself. It printed everything, but it never reached here. It never reached here. I don't think it reached here. Reached here. This is an old school way of debugging things, so it's adding print statements everywhere. Sorry if you hate this way of doing things. Yeah, it never reached there. It's not reaching there. So it's not going there. So how do I know? Hey, hi. Gaffa, right? Hi, Gaffa. Yeah. It's going good. I mean, it could have been going much better, right? Rust, I'm not really well versed in Rust, and I'm not used to doing stuff like reading from the buffer stream. Like I'm really putting myself out there. Um, but it's fun. It's more fun than writing Python, obviously. Um, Getting stuck after each line, trying to find solution of how to do basic simple things in Rust. It's fun. It's a different kind of fun. But I'm enjoying it. Yeah. So the problem right now is that I'm able to read from the stream. So this lines is able to read, and I'm able to print as well. Let me show you something. Here, so this will be but but I'm not able to reach this line. So the program is getting stuck here itself, and we don't want that. We want to be able to get. You see it's for every line in the TCP packet, we are getting an iteration, which means that these lines do work, right? But we are not reaching here. Yeah, anything is more fun than Python except JavaScript, maybe. Yeah. So first few years of my career, I was writing only Python. What would happen if you press Control D in the client? Uh, Control D, the client. Okay, let's do that. Nothing happened. But if I press Control C, then it closes down. But that's not the behavior that I want, honestly. I'll show you. I'm not sure when did you join. Did you see how the code looked like before? Uh, um, can I do a git diff here? So this is what the code looked like before. So what I was doing, I was just reading the first line, um, and this was not getting stuck. Unlike the lines part, unlike what we have right now, this thing, which 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 stops the program there itself. When we had this thing, we were able. Where is it now? Yeah, when we were reading like this, we were able to move on, and then I was able to do a match like this, to pass the first few challenges. But I've commented those things out. Yeah, here it is, right? Yeah. But this looks much better, right? Because here the issue was I just needed to read the first line. So until the challenges, and it what would happen? Wrong. The curl one. Oh yeah, the curl one. Okay, let me try. Let me try again. If I do Control C, yeah, then it closes. Then it reaches there, right? So is this is this the correct behavior of using curl? I doubt. I usually whenever I've used curl, or can I send a packet? How about this? Can I send a packet here? Uh, can I send a packet here? Type something here. Type something here. That that closes it. Is that what you're suggesting? Or do you think this is the correct behavior? Yeah, Control D closes it. Yeah, it does. Control D does not. Sorry, Control D is not closing it. But when I do Control C, then it closes. Shutdown call fail not connected. Okay, so maybe this part of my code is not working. Uh, Let me try this. And if I come here, I do a call and I do a Control C, then it reaches there. You see, then it gets here. Uh, is that why is my curl connection not closing down? Do you have any idea? Do you work with Rust? Uh, uh, uh. Because if I'm not able to, if my code gets stuck there, right, then then is that a problem? Yeah, I won't be able to make multiple calls, right? Or would I? Let me try here again. And if I do this, make another call while that one is connected, and I do echo ABCD. You see this one, uh, this one didn't reach here, or did it? Oh yeah, it did. It did. Okay, 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 okay. It did. I think this is the correct behavior then. I think this is correct behavior. Uh, all right. I won't be worried anymore. I'll try. Um, I may have some ideas, but I think I have to test on my machine. I don't work with Rust, but somewhat familiar. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it either. Okay, let's try to get what we had working until so far in the new syntax. So this is my uh, challenge for now. In the first line, how since it is an iterator, would I be able to get the first line? How do iterators work in Rust? Let's look at that. Rust iterators. Because first line is where the request of the TCP call will be. Which method get post method is used, which URL they are pointing at. So let's write it to get the first, not first, get the first line. I'm writing this to do here so that anyone who joins the stream knows what I'm trying to do. My mind is so used to Python, and then other half of my career was done writing Scala. So none of them are have complexities of Rust, which is the reason why I'm trying to learn it, honestly. Uh, are you still there? I'll show you one thing, another project that I'm doing side by side, which is dot files. So I'm writing my own. So usually when we do this, right, to get a list of all the files in the current directory and all the data about those files. But usually when I'm trying to stream and I do this, I don't want to show people my full name, right? Um, so I'm trying to develop my own version of this, and I'm writing it in C. I have written this, and I have never written any program in C before, maybe a Hello World years ago. So I did the research and I wrote this whole thing here, and this works, and this works. Let me show you. Um, yeah, so it tells me which files are directories. The size is still in bytes. I'm working on converting it into human readable form. Date is much more readable. I think I think the date here in my style is much more readable than July, this, and date, because this is in the ISO format, right? And I've also worked on the color of that. So I've highlighted the colors of the directories. Yeah, so this is I'll stream about this some other time, maybe. Uh, can't you hide it with some flags? Oh, I can. I can hide it with some flags. Maybe, but I did not do research. I could also have done something like, um, something using awk. I could have done something like this using the awk pattern matching. But where's the fun in that? How will I learn C by doing that? You get my point? All right. Uh, okay. Okay. So we want to read the first line, right? And how do iterators work in Rust? if I do next, I will get the first line. So let's test that. So I should be able to do lines to next. So I think this is like yield in Python, if you remember. Have you worked with Python before? Python yield. Why is the Python documentation not in the first few search results? This is just bad Python docs. The yield statement. Yeah. A generator function only used when both of the generator function use yield function solution. Yeah, this is so this next, reminds me of yield. Uh, what yield is, of course. Then I'm fully, then I fully understand. All right. So I think if I do in my first call, I should be able to get the method, the endpoint, and HTTP version. Let's test that. Oh, okay, what happened here? One warning error, it could not compile due to one. There is one. Okay, it's an optional string. Okay, let's unwrap it then. All right, this should work. If I do curl, let's do. Yeah, you see, we got the first line. So I think I can use this. What I can do is here, let's build. So this is let request, and it's a string. Um, and from the request, we want three things. We want this, this, this. Uh, so I should be able to do a split on it, right? So split of let's do split based on spaces and split. Is there a function like to_vec? There is no function to_vec. Okay. Split has its own Rust strings. Doing these splits is so easy in Python, man. And here I have to worry about what type I'm splitting into. But um, it's good to be careful. I have you heard about the recent CloudStrike uh, um, bug that caused the problem? By the way, what languages do you use or are familiar well versed? Okay, split has a remainder clone form next time try last nth. So if I do split and this is a split, what was it? Split str. Okay. Let let method is equals to request dot results the nth element of the iterator. But the problem with nth is that it will always give the next one. Now, what I'm trying to say is, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. If I do print, right? If I did this and I do request dot nth dot zero, and I can do this 3 times, right? And it will give me 3 different results. Temporary cannot borrow. Okay, let's use a reference here. Cannot borrow request. Why can't I borrow request? Temporary value dropped while borrow, which is freed while still in use. This is something you will only run into when you're using Rust. Value gets dropped. Optional string. Should I just go ahead and use a proper IDE? Because doing this in Vim is crazy. But I've intentionally turned off or moved to Vim for because I don't want any code completion. And dot next dot add a line above the result. Next iterator. Next dot unwrap. Yeah, I have this unwrap here. You're talking about this one? Wait, I'll pop out the chat here. Pop out. Close this so that you can see the code. How do I? Why does it bring both of these things here? Yes, try having a local variable for that one. Okay, you're telling me without the split, right? All right. Um, then I can do something like split here and get the end. Aha. Uh-huh. Okay. Um, this is what this is, right? All right, let's try printing this a few times. But I'm doing splits again and again, right? I want to test something. Test something. Get. Okay. Then I can do this should be 1 and this should be 3 and a third. Okay, yeah, this works. So I can do something like QW V D space E Q W W. So this is the power of let so this was method This one was endpoint, and this one was I don't need this. All right, so we got method and we got endpoint. And did you notice that we were able to get out of the connections were getting closed here? Empty reply from the server. Oh, is it? Is it because we didn't reply? We are still doing the read lines, but we were lines here, but we were able to close the connection. Okay, let's see. Let's see how far we get. Okay, we are able to read now. I should be able to do a match on endpoint, and I should be able to use this port, and I should be able to use this echo. All right, let's use this. Match arms have incompatible types. All right, no problem. We'll fix this. How is it? How does it have incompatible types when we are always writing to the stream? Let me remove this one. This part looks complex for now. Let's keep it here. Let's fix this. Okay, we don't want to return anything. I see what the problem was. Since we didn't have the semicolon, it was trying to return something. So you want to store and split on another variable. Yes, you want to store and split. You're, oh, you're talking about this one? Oh, you're saying that we should use a variable for storage and another for just the splitting. Right. If you're still there. All right, so text is a echo in the endpoint. Next text endpoint dot split endpoint dot split by this, and then I want the end first. What happened? Mismatched. Okay. Unwrap. All right, I think this should work. We don't need method for now, so we will go back to here. I've heard of the CloudStrike mostly Haskell. Oh wow. I know Haskell users are pretty cracked in a good way. Now let's try running this. All right, now let's test it. Okay, why am I getting a 404? Okay, this should be this. And this should be endpoint starts with, or endpoint should be split path end unwrap. And I think I want to split it further, further, further to get the first one, first letter. Split split first. If it's a slash and if it's a echo slash, if I do a split on slash, then does it get the so it starts with, I should actually do something like, but that I cannot do something like this here, right? End point starts with. If I had used a if else statement, then I could have done that, but not in a match, because match doesn't exact comparison, it doesn't care about evaluating into Boolean conditions. Uh, you can do that in a match. I can, yeah, have something like let's split, then you can do split dot next. Okay, okay, all right. So just one for just for splitting, all right. So this should happen elsewhere. All right, let's try split. Let's split that text. It's equals to split dot first. Let's go with dot unwrap. How do I do a starts with here? Let me check. Run Rust match string starts with. What is the correct enumerative way to approach a string starts with in a certain sum? Um, you can do x starts with. Really? End point. Expected pattern found a method call. Method calls are not allowed in pattern matching. Yeah, you see, is it something possible in Haskell? Yeah, they're suggesting to use else if. I don't like this. You wrote it wrong, I think. Uh, Let me show you. A Rust string starts with. So I know that there is a function that says starts with. I think it's this, but it's still this. The error is still the says that I cannot use a method call in the pattern. You see, I'll show you a proper error. Cargo build. Where is it? Yeah, method calls are not allowed in patterns. I'm working on an example. Okay. Okay. Match. Match. Boolean. First, how to use match with method calls. Can you, you can Rust Playground. You can use Rust Playground to share example snippets. Matches. Or maybe I can do a regex. Does it take regex? Rust match string regex. Does it do regex? Match x fits range. In terms of numbers, they can do things like this, right? But what about a string? Oh, an if statement inside this. But where does this x come from? Okay, it's the closure variable. All right, let's try this. X, x if x split. Test LSTM point. Okay, it's already an str. Right. So, okay, yeah, perfect. This worked. Uh, and I should be able to access the X here now. Let me see what I'm getting inside the X. Let's see what I'm getting inside X. Thank you. This is Amazing. I remember seeing some syntax somewhere like this. So if this evaluates to be true, then take this into closure. Is you may not need, yeah, note that the starts with only checks when it starts with, so in my example, still matches. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just tests the starts with, I know. And so what I'm trying to do here, in my example, um, the test looks like this. So there is an endpoint then that says hello, and if echo matches, then I should be able to print hello. So this is what I'm trying to achieve. If I match with hello, then my HTTP server should return. If I match with echo, then my HTTP server should return hello. So I'm building a endpoint that looks like this. A random string after the echo should go here. Okay, let's test this. If I do this, okay, good. And if I do this, good, good. And if I do this, for amazing, perfect. Um, now let's solve rest of it. Let's fix this. In the X, I'm getting this part. So if I do this, if I if I split it by X, and if I get the second half, right? If I get the 1, that should be my text, right? Let's test this. Why? What happened? It's not. Oh, cannot borrow split as mutable. Okay, all right. All right. Now let's test this. ABC, it should print. Yes. Yes. If I do this, wait a sec. Why does this not change? Response. Why does the size not change? Why is size not changing? Text dot length and text. Where is my content length? Oh, uh-huh. I think I'm doing this should be this should be 2. Yes. Now my content length is 3. Perfect. All right, so we have moved away from our previous solution, and we don't need the buffer anymore. We'll still keep this around. Perfect. I still have a warning. Let's fix the warning. All right, no more warnings and no more errors. Perfect. Thank you, Gaffa. Is that how your name is pronounced? W Gaffa. All right, now finally we're on to the today's challenge. Let me close everything here. So we should be able to read the user agent now, and this is the header that we want to read, and this is what our response should look like. Uh, it's fine to say Gaffa as well. Okay, so do you understand? So I'll show you my show you the today's problem again. So they'll be sending us a packet that looks like this. It will have the first line will have this, and after each line there will be a CLRF, and they want us to read the user agent header, and then they want us to print the content length, and the response body should have the user agent text that they sent. Okay, so the endpoint, this is the endpoint that they want us to build. Okay, so so this is an exact match, right? So I don't have to do something like this. I can just do user agent. This is here we want to read the user agent header. All right, then endpoint, but we don't want the endpoint. We want the headers. Everything. What's still inside request? Let's try to do that. Let's take a copy of this so that we don't get the type error, because in Rust every arm of the match should return the same type. Now let's try to do R in rec, since it's an iterator. It's an iterator, lines iterator, next, not unwrap. I wish I had inlay type hints here. It's a string. Let's see what we still have here. And when request, it will just have the first line, right? But we should do for R in lines iterator, lines iterator. Let's try testing this, because we were until so far uh, we were just looking at the first line of the packet. Now we want to look at the other lines as well. Let's see what is left. It, okay, okay. User agent. Huh. So I'm getting this, but they have given us a sample curl, by the way, here. Yeah, so they have to test our program, and we'll to be doing that. But again, did you notice that again our program is getting stuck here in the packets? Mm, 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 mm. All right, so if I do this, so we are able to get one of the request lines has the headers. Okay, so what I understand so far, when we did when we did this next, the first line of the request got popped, push and pop, it got popped, and it is no more in the iterator. And after that, um, we have rest of the stuff here. So so I just need to move through these lines, and if it has if the R starts with, you know if I do this, if R with starts with uh, user agent then I can do something here in the if statement. I should write packet. I should write my packet here. But does it look messy to you? First I'm matching, then I'm looping over, then I have a if statement. Or is it the only way to do this? What do you think? Can I do this without the for loops? I could use a map, but that is still a loop, right? Map looping over everything that is inside the iterator. For loop is fine. What about yeah, maybe first we should just solve the problem and worry about the refactoring later, right? Okay, so this line is the one that has user agent, and then I want to be able to split this part. I want this part after the spaces, everything after the spaces. Okay. Let uh, I'll call this user agent is equals to r dot split and split, and then get the first one and then the unwrap. What happened? Mismatch? What is the mismatch here? Um, is it because I did this thing? What? Oh, oh, I have not. I see the problem here. What it's trying to say. It wants me to take care of what if we never reach the if, right? This is a good thing about Rust. It wants you to take care of every or it should be 400, right? And it wants you to take care about the else as well. But I don't need an else. I don't have an else. If starts with the, but no, this is not how I can take care of it. I need a. Uh, it wants me to take care of the situation where I never run into a header that looks like this. What then, right? Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I think I know how I will handle this. I will wait for the end to send the stream, and if I get R starts with the user agent, let let agent equals to string new um, agent equals to let let new and agent equals to r dot split let's split by this, and then I want the dot the first dot unwrap mismatch types. uh, all right, I can always do this. Variable agent is assigned but never used. Okay, but now is never read. It will be read here. Um, My response should look like it should be 200 and content type should be, so it should look like a format here. Response. I don't need this. Set wrap. My content length should be the length of the text. Should be the length of the agent, and the text should be agent. What do you think? Let's test this. All right. If I send this, I did not receive anything in return. There was no return. Why was there no return? Curl echo. This worked, but why did the user agent not work? I want to test if I reached here or not. The good old reached A. Then I want to test if I reached here or not. Then I want to test if I reached here or not. Oh, reached A, reached B. So I was able to get here, but I was never able to get out. I was never able to reach C. It gets stuck in the for loop, you're saying. But if it's getting stuck, goes back. I should exit. Is there any break? Does this break the for loop? Rust break for loop. I could do this. Okay, let's test this. Yeah. Now I was able to reach. Amazing. This worked. This solves it. Let's try this. Let's try running against their tests. My tea has gotten cold. I'll be right back. All right. All right, I'm back. So tests have passed. Now we can worry about cleaning it up, right? Uh, 1 second. Wife is asking me when do I want the dinner? आधे घंटे में. All right, so I have half an hour. What is this? A new cheap viewers. Why would I want cheap viewers? How do I block this? Um, ban. Okay, banned. Right. Now let's remove all the print statements first. Um, I think this looks good enough. There's a lot of splitting and nth going on, but it if it passes the test case, then then what's the problem, right? If we pass the test cases, then what's the problem? All right, let's submit the solution. Perfect. All the test cases have passed. Let's mm, let's uh, let's mark it done. Now let's look at other people's solution. Let's see how other people have solved it. So this is mine. I don't want to look at mine. Let's look at Jan Buber's solution. He's using an if else statement, and his response is request.headers. Wait a sec. This looks like he's using some built-in method. Where does that headers come from? He has created the entire request from the raw string. Doesn't that make doing everything much easier? You can always get headers, you can always just get the user agent, wrap it, convert it to string. Should I have gone this route? I don't think. I mean, the whole point was to build your own HTTP server, right? Anyway, everybody has their own opinions. I think I'm happy with mine. Okay, let's go to the next stage. Let's look at what they're trying to ask of us. In this stage, you will add support for concurrent connections. Your test will execute program like this. Then the tester will create multiple concurrent TCP connections to your server. The exact number of connections. The tester will get a single GET request through each of the connections. Your server must respond to each request with the following response. How do I test against this? Doesn't this, you are just learning the language as well? Much to learn, so baby steps. Yeah. Doesn't my solution already handle multiple connections? Does it not? Let's try. Uh, how will I test against something like that? Curl, curl, this one, this one, this one. It is handling connections, right? Let's try running the test and see what they're expecting. Concurrent connections. Okay. Not one after the other. Concurrent connections. Is this the program to test that? This doesn't look like a runnable connection. Okay, I should accept the new connections, invites. Then someone else, the client two's, the client one was successful, I think, creating connection. Client two, okay, and the client to send bytes and it didn't receive a response. Let's try this. How do I run this thing? It has a and after it's right. And it looks like it needs to be run in separate terminals. I think they want me to run it like this. I have no clue what's going on. 48, 51, 54, 48, 49. Mhm. How do I make a concurrent? You just I have no clue about this. I'm really tempted to look at the code examples, but maybe I should spend a few more minutes, thinking, just thinking about it, what's going on here. Exact number of connections. After that test will. Is it asking me to convert the program into uh, async? Is this the moment when I should be using Tokio or async await those things? I need to move up. The C guy is writing really fast. I don't get. Do you have any idea what they're trying to ask of me here? Any clue? Concurrent connections. Um, Tester multiple single get request through each of the connections. I think you need some async like Tokyo, and I think you can test by running those 3 lines. So this is correct, right? Because I am getting some responses here. You see, this is the response I'm getting. Uh, but why did their solution fail? Why is this failing? Why is the client to sending first set of requests, creating 2 parallel connections, connection 1, it connect terminate program. Lost async await. I need very basic async await. I don't think you're sending the HTTP version on the response. I am. You see, so they are trying to, so the endpoint that they are trying to hit is the root one, right? They're hitting the root endpoint, and in my solution, I have this. I have this, right? So this is the HTTP version, right? And it is everywhere. It is here as well, here as well. Async await, the first chapter. I need futures for this. Is a built-in tool for to create async function. Do I need futures? I think at this point I should have created my program into this part should go into a different function, and that function could have been async. You know how this guy was doing in this here. If we look at code examples, if we look at this guy's code example here, he has created a separate function for this, and stream. What is there? What is he using this for? Thread. He's creating a thread here. Thread spawn connect handle thread. Is that what I need? Is this what I need? Rust threads. I think this is what I need. This is not readable. All right. Creating a new thread spawn. Threads. Hmm. Because I doubt that they would want me to add a dependency outside of the Rust standard library. I think they want me to use something like a thread. And if I can do a thread here, I don't think you're sending this. Splitting the competition of a program into multiple threads to run multiple tasks at the same time can improve performance. I haven't read this honestly. If I tell you, honestly, I have only read until in the Rust book. I've only read until here, chapter 6. Create a new thread. Thread sleep. Why do we need a thread sleep here? Let's try running this. What happens? Mm, Doesn't look any different. Main thread is run complete. All small threads are shut. Thread sleep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. I think I think this whole I can wrap this entire mm, stream. One stream. I can wrap this entire for loop. No. Is every stream different? So whenever they're trying to connect, will that be different? Yeah, that will be different stream, right? Different stream. So this needs to go inside vi um, this, and I should be able to do a thread spawn, thread spawn vi this. Why am I making mistake? This, and I do uh, thread spawn vi this. Operator can only be used in the closure unwrap. Unwrap. Mismatched delimiters. Okay. Dot operators. More, more unwrapping. Okay. One more error. Where's the other? Failed to resolve the use of create. Uh, failed to resolve. Okay, I have to import threads, I guess. All right, let's import thread. Can you explain to me why I need to do this thing? Yeah, I think they will be different streams. I don't think you're. Do I really need this thing? And if yes, then why? Why do I need to sleep thread? Or did they just give this example um, for education purpose? Yeah, I don't think I need it, right? Uh, okay, let's span. Oh, this is not span, this is spawn. Mm, okay, I need to close this. Right. Hmm. Mhm. All right, now let's try running it. And if I do this, accepted all three conditions. Okay, I think this looks different than what we had before, right? Uh, let's try testing it again against their system. Yay! Yay! Nice, nice. I don't need these comments anymore, right? So all I had to do was spawn new threads for each new TCP connection, every incoming stream. Okay. Uh, I'll leave this comment for myself, create a new thread for each incoming TCP call. Now let's submit this now. Cool. Perfect. All tests passed, and I've moved on to the next challenge. Mark as the stage complete. How did we do? Amazing. Okay, now I have to return a file. How long have I been streaming? It's almost Twitch manager. 1 hour 45 minutes. All right, I think I can go for. I'll read the question for the next time, and then I should close the stream for today. By the way, yeah, what do you do? So you work as a software engineer. You use Haskell at work. Mhm. Hobby. Oh, coding is your hobby. Then what do you do for work? If you don't mind me asking. Tester will execute a program with the directory flag. So I'll need a flag. Directory specifies. Oh, I don't think I need a flag. Where did where the files are stored. The tester will then send two GET requests to file name. Okay. No, it's work in school kitchen. School kitchen. What does that mean? So you're a chef? My glasses got muddy. Oh, I have a huge respect for chefs. Uh, I was watching this show on Netflix. I started watching this show on Netflix called Hunger. Have you seen it? Um, Hunger Netflix. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I was watching this show. Have you seen it? Yeah, my wife suggested that it's really good. So maybe you'll find it interesting. I'll post it here. A woman running her family noodle restaurant receives an invitation to join fine dining industry under the tutelage of an infamous chef. I'll be watching this today while having my dinner. बाबू खाना बना दो. All right. Yeah. What's your favorite cuisine or dish to prepare? Not to just eat and taste, but to prepare. The file request will ask for files that exist in the directory. Girl, level 10. Girl, food. Show me smooth the 200 that contains the following parts content. Basically, in this challenge, I'll have to read the file from, I'll have to deal with the file system. Mm, File system. File system, application operations, an object. Yeah, read directory, read file. I'll have to do those things in this challenge. And just set the size of the file in bytes. The second request will be to a non-existent file. And if the file doesn't exist, then I should return 404. Okay. This looks like much this easier thing to do than concurrent connections. Just for your information, the test expect the content length header. Yes, of course. It does expect this content length. So let's prepare. I like Asian style. Um, that's a very broad spectrum. Which Asian? Any specific region? Any country? I have created this. Why did I add these things here? Why do I have this? But Indian cuisine is interesting as well. Korean. I don't think I have had Korean before. I did go to Thailand last year and I loved their cuisine. Um, really liked their food. They made China is probably the least interesting to me. How really? How different is Chinese and Korean cuisine that far apart? I'm very naive about these things, but I went to Thailand and one thing I tried was a fish with uh, I don't remember the name now. Maybe the next time I go to Thailand, I want to try having oysters. I find most Chinese restaurants have a lot of sweet and sour taste, while others are more spicier. Mm, mm. When I eat Chinese stuff in India, it's very Indianized, you know, uh, if that makes sense. Uh, yeah, so this next challenge looks really easy to do, and I think we should be able to finish this whole thing before the month ends, because this challenge is free for this month only. So if you want to try it, in Haskell, you should go ahead. Um, I'll leave the link here. You- I may not get the true Chinese experience in my country, of course. Yeah, I think especially the Chinese cuisine is very Indianized in India because of how popular it got. I don't think I'll finish that one this month. It's very easy, honestly. So I I think you joined me here, header, right? Yeah. So I finished this much in one day. So until here, it's a setup, right? So here you can finish in one day, and here rest of. I think you can do two challenges in one day, so you should be able to finish it. So I'll leave the link here in case you want to try, right? Um, so Chinese in I was saying Chinese in particularly very Indianized because how popular it got. Uh, for example, if I tried to go to a Japanese restaurant, I think that would be more closer to the authentic Japanese cuisine because Indians because it is not as popular in India and so Indians haven't really tried to make it their own, if that makes sense. Whereas Chinese is very Indianized, is very spicy. You know, you say that it's very sour and sweet, but if you'll have it in India, the Chinese stuff, it will be very spicy. Oh, by the way, this shirt I bought from Thailand, the one that I'm wearing right now. Uh, yeah, so this is easy to do, and then okay, I cannot even read the challenge before I do them. Read the request body. I think this is just reading the compression headers, multiple compression schemes. Okay. I think the last three challenges would be difficult. but these two look very easy. Uh, can't you just press? I'm just exploring link. Uh, I I can. Let's see what it. So it's request body and my what should my response? So this is the request, and my response should be created. It wants me to create a file. Basically, in this one, we are reading a file, and this one we are writing a file. Let's look at this one. Compression headers. Welcome to the HTTP compression extension. Oh, I don't know about this. HTTP data is compressed. Okay, so whatever I'm sending, I need to compress it. In this stage, you'll add support for the accept encoding and content encoding headers. gzip compression scheme. Okay. In the following example, the response body is compressed with gzip. Okay. First request. The server should respond body. First, it should just read whether I'm able to read the content, this header or not, and the second request will be invalid encoding. Okay. Okay, so all right. All right. I think the actual problem is here, where they want us to write the compression. This is the compressed data, right? The access is no longer response body. Okay, we'll get to it tomorrow. We'll reach this by tomorrow. All right. All right, Gafa. It was nice talking to you. See you tomorrow or whenever you join. See you again. Bye. Nice stream. Thank you. Thank you for joining the stream. And thank you for helping me out in the code as well. So this was day 2 of building my own HTTP server in Rust. I'll see you next time.